in the upper right, folks, in the red. He was in the top 4 of Katowice. No one wants to play him. It's herO. And the bottom left in the blue, the young prodigy of Basilisk. It's Trigger. And as we do this, I am contractually obligated, honor bound, to inform you all that I am also a member of Basilisk, so I will be a relentless homer for the young Trigger. It actually was written into my contract. If Trigger is playing, you have to root him on at the expense of all bias. And ooh, that is a result. Creator 2-0 Dark. And granted, Dark did not look good in the matchup in Katowice, and realistically, Creator should have beaten him at Katowice in the first place. Anyways, for now, Trigger just being a bit obnoxious, denying the nexus of herO a little bit longer, and he's actually opening Stargate on this, and actually he did a great job. He got a cyber down, and yes, this probe will fall. You're not gonna have anything more but, you know, pylon and cyber. Even still, that does deny the natural for quite a bit of time. So herO is doing the herO thing where he's actually not even gonna take his natural as his natural. He's gonna take it as his third, in part because this is altitude, folks, and altitude is a freaking massive map. Running across this is rather difficult. But the interesting thing here, he's adding in 2 more gateways. He's chronoing out the warp gate. He's actually put 2 more gateways down. And it seems like he might just want to go punish. Run across the map, go with 3 gate. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised to see a Robo as, ooh, okay, this is a fight Trigger can win. He's going to get first shot on the Stalker. There we go. Even if he loses the Zealot. Well, you don't want to lose the Zealot. And in fact, he can't win this anymore. Run, Trigger, fast as you can. Because, well, the army of herO at this point is really not something you can defeat. But okay, there we go. There's second Stalker. So, the count of units. Oh, Zealot arrives, and the Stalker is going, no, not going to go down. Trigger needs to chase it down. But, yeah. We're starting to see superior production coming out of herO here. And high ground to low ground, it's a small thing, folks. But the positioning from Trigger, or from herO, is really nice indeed. And now Trigger's trying to get aggressive on the map. That's a dead Stalker. And there's a Void Ray as well. Trigger has got a catch. He kills that. Well, he does not want to lose that Stalker, but he's going to get so much here. He gets 2 Stalkers. He gets the Zealot. And he's got this gateway on the map. The pressure's going to get started in earnest. And it's one base all in. I didn't realize this. I assumed he was going to take the natural, Stargate expand, but no, he's got 2 voids. He's building more Stalkers. He is up in army supply, although he doesn't have it all together. Not just yet. This Void Ray gets really low. Trigger, you cannot lose this. Trigger's going to lose the 1 key unit that allows this push to happen, and he's going to lose the probe as well. But the big deal, of course, is losing that Void Ray. There's not a 1 on the map right now. There's a second one on the way, but you're trying to hit critical mass of this. You're trying to get 3 of these. Instead, while his only first one's going to get done, he's maybe going to, well, the second one on the map, but he only has 1. You know, he needs more. And that buys so much time. I pitched the Simu Liu interview to Frostgiant. They're like, well, you know, we'd love for you to do it, but that's up to his management, which is fair. But oh, Trigger, wait a minute here. He's in the middle of the map. He's supply blocked here. He's gonna maybe find some of these Stalkers, and this is still a powerful army here. This is a fight that he can win, but no, he's just going to oh no. He recalls out, and that's fine, but he loses the second Void Ray. I actually liked him holding that position. I feel like he could, if he'd been able to swing into the natural more and kind of bounce around a little bit. I kind of liked his ability to go do something, and now Adepts are going to warp in, going for a bit of harassment, but this gateway on the map is going to get taken out. And now where's our production? It's going to be 3 gateways. Well, 3 gateways to 2 technically right now. Yes, there's a 3rd gateway on the map. I know, folks. Trigger can't build anything out of it. It doesn't count. And now these adepts that we're going for harass, they're all going to get knocked down. And hey, it's a gift from herO. Trigger's not supply blocked anymore. But that doesn't make this game feel any better. He's down 12 workers. 4 stalkers. And yeah, sure, he has this natural. There's a choke. It's somewhat hard for herO to punch his way through. Even still. This is a rather difficult to use. Stalkers run forward, tap 1 down, get a second, run away, and Trigger's late on the second force field. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, yeah. This game's not over, but it's not over. So now the question is, how does Trigger find a way back into this game? What's his comeback? Does he go and hit some sort of immortal timing, 3 immortals, a bunch of stalkers? That's probably not great. Blink's gonna be done by then. He's not gonna have nearly as much stuff. Does he take a hidden base? Maybe possible on this map. Altitude is massive, but feels like he's down too far in workers for that. Feels like Dark Shrine or something's gonna have to be the answer. Some ability to bring the economy back into form, and I don't even know that that's gonna really make a difference. Ooh, this is an interesting option. Unfortunately, well, I don't know that herO's gonna all in on. I don't know if he's gonna all in on charge. But this is actually pretty cool. So what herO's doing here is he's going and he's getting glaives. And you might say, well, Bayo, why in the world would Trigger get glaives? Well, first of all, it's nice for harass, but that's not why he's getting it. Glaive adepts actually do a really good job against a bunch of zealots. So if herO goes and he transitions into a ton of zealots, and we've seen this happen. In fact, herO has made a comeback against Creator like this. This was when herO was just kind of up and coming. This was kind of before Katowice last year, when herO and Creator were both like looking really good, but not quite in their world-killing form just yet. And herO went went down pretty hard on, what was the map? It was a frosty map. I can picture the layout, but I can't remember the name of the map. Anyway, he went down really hard, and he realized that his opponent was going to go pretty hard on this zealot idea. So he just built a bunch of glaive adepts and flooded him and won the game. But that's not what's happening here. Charge is just about done, but look at the army composition. It's 22 stalkers, and yes, there are 4 immortals. That's a big deal. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a deal, though, as now adepts are warping in. This is Trigger's timing, I guess, but, well, he warped in adepts on the other side of the map because the warp prism's not with his army just yet. But okay, up the ramp here, maybe. I say this is the hardest of maybes. As again, herO just has blink. Now the zealots they run forward, and they're going to get paired away pretty quickly. Nice force fields from Trigger, isolating the army. Now we are seeing more zealots get warped in. Okay, well, you know, as more zealots get warped in, this army of Trigger gets better and better and better. You still got to contend with the massive stalker count that exists, and the immortals are there for that. Technically, the stalkers, they blink on top. 1 immortal goes down, 2nd one goes down, 3rd one is going to get saved. Well done. And actually, well, is this fight going well for, you know, this fight's actually going pretty well for Trigger. Shield battery overcharge is nice as the adepts, they run forward. Stalkers don't really kill them all that quickly. The sentries are starting to fall. 2 immortals are here, but herO just has too much. Really, the concave beats the convex every day of the week. Stalkers can warp in more than Trigger can possibly afford, and it's all down to the early game. But herO closes it out 1-0 for the Korean Protoss. In the upper right, folks, in the red, he's up a game, and honestly, making it look really easy. It's herO. And in the bottom left, in the blue, now down a game for Basilisk. Trigger. Give me a second. I gotta take my hoodie off. It is getting rather toasty in here. Okay, so game one was a pretty cool idea coming in from Trigger, and I think he had a shot with the pressure that he was going for. And then unfortunately it just didn't work out for him. He lost one Void Ray, but overextending just a little bit. He moved in the main and then decided to recall instead of... He realistically should have recalled his Stalkers and run the Void Ray off the edge of the cliff, but that didn't happen. And so he loses his second Void Ray, and then he loses momentum, and herO has all these workers because he took his natural faster. It was a one-base all-in from Trigger, and it flowed downhill from there in a rather significant way. Man, my laptop that I'm using for this picture-in-picture is just... sounds like a jet engine about to take off. Where are my temps at? Alright, calm down. We'll be fine. Y'all can't hear it, but it is... They're running at like 100%. They're... looking hard. But anyways, for these players, seems like we will get double gate expand. And there's a game number 2. We're not going to see quite the craziness that we saw in game number 1. All the shenanigans of am I expanding, am I not expanding? No. Ancient Cistern does not have a ramp at the natural, so you really can't get away with quite the level of zaniness that you can on a map like Altitude. Which means that, well, the game gets to be a little bit more stable. It's not going to be... Maybe that's bad for Trigger, because I don't know that he beats herO in a straight-up game. But it's actually kind of... It's also fun looking at herO right now. Like, how well he's playing. Yes, he's smashed a couple players who are notionally inferior to him. But... he still smashed them, and he's looking pretty good. It's good to see that his form from Katowice has not really fallen off all that much, but this is interesting. So he's got a very quick forge. Very quick forge. He's got a Dark Shrine on the way behind this. I wonder if this is going... I mean, I can't imagine this is just going to be for Archons. I mean, it's DT play. But getting the forge as quick as he is really interesting. And I'm excited to see where he goes. And actually, we did Trigger Scout that. He did not see the Dark Shrine, so that's a little bit awkward, but he still got the Robo on the way, so it's not the end of the world. And behind this, Blink is on the way. Here we're getting ready. He's getting a pylon on the right side, but because he's going Dark Shrine, and because this is something that Trigger should be ready for. First game, you missed the first game. Was it close? Trigger had some cool ideas, and if he had executed properly, he may have been able to win the game, but unfortunately, he lost his Void Rays, and it ended up not being close at all. That's kind of the way we can talk about that. But anyway, Dark Shrine is now done. Pylon Gateway. Well, Gateway's on the way, but Pylon is done. DTs are warping in. And let's see. I mean, here, Trigger should be aware of this. His Robo's not done just yet, but he's posturing forward on the map. Robo done right now, and it's going to be a Robo first. I thought he had the read by how quickly he dropped the Robo down, but it's Immortal first. And now there is absolutely no detection here, but herO thinks there is. He's waffling with the DT. He doesn't want herO to know about it. And he's going DT Blink. +1 Blink DTs is going to be the name of this game. herO is trolling Trigger. herO is trolling arguably the most impressive, the most exciting up-and-coming North American player. And he's hitting him with +1 Blink DTs in the round of 8 of the EPT North America. I love it. And if it doesn't work, we're going to game 3. If it's not, it's just herO showing just how much more powerful he is than anyone, really. When I was talking to pro players, when I was talking to Protoss players at the start of this, or at the prepping for Katowice, and I was like, okay, is anyone leading the race? Like, who is leading the meta? And the response was, yeah, it's herO. No one else. Maybe MaxPax, but it's herO. Like, herO carries the flag for a race. He designs the builds. Like he's the guy that's evolving the meta, and we're just kind of following it for the most part. He understands the game better than anyone. So, you know, it's good to see that that is still kind of a thing here, as Trigger tries to deny, or here denies the scouting on the third, but still scouted out, and there we go. Shadow Stride done right now. +1. This is a design build. Shadow Stride, Blink, and +1 are all done at the same time, but there are only 2 DTs on the map, so I don't really know how much this actually gets done. Okay, DT finds his way into the natural. Now there's no detection here, and finally herO feels like he can get something done. We have 1 observer on the map, and that's it. So DT in the main base starting to finally get damaged, but that's because Trigger is in part running onto the other side of the map. But he's going to retreat back home because, folks, there is trouble in paradise. Actually, I wouldn't even call it this situation paradise, but regardless, 5 workers have gone down, making a couple more. And remember, the DT can run away. It can blink out. Gets out of, well, actually doesn't get out of observer range. I thought it did. But the pylons are starting to go down. DT in the third base. herO is just absolutely swarming here. That cannon actually no, he's just going to kill workers. So the cannon will complete, but, well, that robo is, okay, the observer is going to pop out after all. And DTs are finally getting dealt with. Oh, he's going to be able to blink away. That's a recall. Observer is going to show up just in time, but the DT gets out. And now charge is done for herO. He's got his third base. He's up 14 workers. +1 blink DTs have put him so far ahead in this game. And folks, don't try this at home. +1 blink DTs are not a thing. So now hero's got his 4th base on the way. And you got to figure he's just built enough of an advantage for himself. Yeah, Trigger's building his 4th base as well, but it's a little bit slower. And it is a 2... Oh, okay. Trigger's going to get his +1 done just in time, but it is effectively a 2 upgrade lead. Oh, it's a 1 upgrade lead now. But anyway, herO massively ahead on the forge timing because he took that 350 forge, 330 forge. His upgrades are massively far ahead. He finds himself up 20 army supply. He's up only 4 workers now, not the more that it would otherwise have been, because again, he's been investing that money that he has made and turning it into other things. Now this army, these zealots are just so good against this army that Trigger has. The force fields are not really going to do much of anything. Stalkers blink forward, and well, the Archons are going to kill the rest of it. Shield battery cannot overcharge until right now, and now hero's just going to target things down. The zealots have to run back. DTs find their way into the mineral line, and well, there's trouble on multiple fronts. 2 workers are going to fall, make it a couple more here as the DT is going to get found out eventually, you got to imagine. But herO on the other side is getting just a little bit more done. So, well, the DT actually finds its way out. And herO doesn't crack the 4th base of Trigger. That's something. At the very, very least, that is something. And well, herO is a little bit slow on his +3 attack. Not end of the world, certainly not, but he's a little bit slow. Now that being said, though, this base is dead. Zealot's going to charge on top of it. Archons and Stalkers, pylons will go down. Yeah, dead 4th base coming out of Trigger, so he's going to get knocked down. 10 probes fall here as well. And you know, Trigger's doing a good job of kind of fighting on, but we're just seeing, unlike game 1 where it was just very much a rout, game 2 we're seeing Trigger is fighting well, but he's just not fighting quite as well. This is going to be a dead 4th base once again whenever herO decides to click on it, but he's more interested in winning the game. So the Zealots continue to move forward. The base is dead. It's not even canceled. It's just killed. And the Stalkers, they have to run away, trapped in a corner. The Zealots continue to move forward. Upgrade diff is a significant problem, and 15 more probes go down. That being said, I mean, the army supplies they're only 10 different, but here's got his 5th base on the way. His +3 is just about done. Only reason the army supplies are somewhat close is just because herO hadn't warped just yet. And so he's going to move forward once again, showcasing that dazzling Blink Stalker micro that he is known for. And Trigger's holding on. You know, he loses out here. He's not in the money of an EPT Cup, and that's where you want to be, but there's just nothing doing it anymore. herO falls, or herO takes down Trigger. Trigger falls, and that's going to do it, folks. herO moves on to face Gumiho in the round of 4.